Alexis Patelis joins us, Chief Economic Advisor to Greece's Prime Minister Kyriakos Mitsotakis. Thank you very much for joining us today, Alexis. Let me just get a sense of what we can expect. There's lots of talk around conditionality for the €750 billion fund. What are your expectations about how difficult it will be to achieve compromise today?
Good morning, everybody, and it's a great pleasure to be here. Our view is simple. The proposal put forward by the Commission is the right one. It's bold, it's ambitious, it has calmed markets down. So we all need to be pragmatic and focus on the long term. Now, does it make sense that we would have one formula for 70% of the money and another one for the remaining 30%? And can we really draw reforms given that there's a chance that in 2023 the money is cut down back to zero? Probably not. And does it make sense to insist on unanimity? You know, we have 27 countries and 27 plans, so that's about 729 combinations on my calculations. And you run the risk that it all gets politicized and one country can just block the whole thing for reasons unrelated to the reform plans. But we do believe a deal will be reached, and we as Greece are focused on the day after. We're focused on our reform plan. This is a government that was elected just over a year ago on an ambitious agenda of reforms. We're not really reinventing the wheel here. We've had 86 bills pass Parliament in just over 12 months, and we have another 20 bills waiting in the pipeline. We just voted 2 days ago a new corporate governance bill that reforms corporate governance and introduces a 25% quota for women representation in board of directors. We are passing an electrification bill to incentivize electric cars and vehicles and charging stations. We are doing the privatization of our natural gas company, DEPA, which has received a lot of interest, and we've published the shortlist for those two privatizations that will go through later this year. And we're also passing a new tax bill at the end of the month, and this includes a 15% flat rate on restricted stock units. And importantly, maybe for some of your viewers, we're introducing a 7% flat tax rate for pensioners who want to relocate to Greece. Our view is our country has a lot of sun, it has mountains and beaches, and now we're hoping to make it a little bit cheaper for people to move over as well.
You're really selling that at the moment, Alexis, I've got to say, for many of us in lockdown and just inching out of our homes. Let me ask you about some of the conditionality, though, because Mark Rutte from the Netherlands is leading this charge by the Frugal Four to effectively impose some of the conditionality. And if you dig into the weeds, what has been proposed as a possible compromise? Get the speed, send out the money through grants, but then have annual reviews to consider whether some of the targets on reforms are being met. One of the other solutions was to start some of the disbursements as loans, but then change them to grants down the track if some of the conditions had been met, so there's some motivation. What do you make of those two various options for a compromise around conditionality?
I won't go too much into the details because obviously we have negotiations ahead, but what I will say for Greece is that we're not particularly worried about, we have our plan, we're already working on it. We commissioned experts headed by Nobel Prize laureate winner Pissaridis and the so-called Pissaridis Commission that we have tasked with creating a blueprint for Greece's long-term growth plan, and we had that submitted to the government a couple of days ago, and we're studying that, and we're going to base our proposals on that. So really we feel that Greece is very well prepared for the challenges ahead, and we're not particularly worried about various technicalities.